Hi, my name's Alice, and this is
Jessica.
and we're Fambam Games. Fambam actually stands for Family Bonding and Moments. It's like an acronym, and it's actually inspired from the group chat that we have with our cousins who we grew up playing board games with.
Yes, and we're both sisters. So we started in 2021 designing the game, and we come from really big families, hence Fam Bam. And we played a lot of board games with our cousins, and we thought, why not make our own game during the pandemic? So we got a blank deck of cards and just used pens and paper and just wrote it on there. We played this with our cousins, and we're able to bring it to life.
Yeah. And also, we kind of talked about what kind of games that we liked, and it was funny that I like games where you build things. She likes games where you destroy things, and that just kind of, where we started the idea for Not So Neighborly.
So, who came up with the art style first?
Oh yeah, it was me. I'm the illustrator as well, so I drew everything, and I grew up watching a lot of cartoons. Even now, I like cartoons, and so yeah, we made a vision board of things that brought us happiness growing up, and just really try to get inspired by those art. For context, as the illustrator, I took liberties of drawing inspiration from real life, and the characters are actually inspired by my cousins and my sister and me. But I'll go from left to right. So that's Kiki, a little mischievous, playful. We have Libby. I would say she's more happy-go-lucky. And also, Libby was the name of my first dog. So I named her after Libby. We also have Barry, who's slightly anxious, nice, and kind, and tries to do the good thing. We have Dennis. Actually, my sister inspired Dennis. A little bit derpy, pyromaniac, silly. Yeah.
It's a younger sibling energy.
Yeah. And Mabel actually is more, I would say me and my cousin, as the older sibling, I feel like I have a little bit more attitude than my other cousins. So Mabel's inspired by me, and we have Grumph over here on the most right-hand side. Oh, I guess to me it's my left, but he's kind of reserved and quiet, but he has a soft heart. Yeah, well, our game doesn't really have, I guess, a trading card kind of thing, but we did try to embed their personalities in the attacks and actions that they can do. For example, Dennis, who was inspired by my sister, does the fire and demolish cards, and Kiki is the crime card where she poops on people's front porches, leaving a little gift at the front porch. And we also have someone like Mabel, where it's my favorite card, probably because it's my favorite character, Petty Neighbor, where if you're holding this card and someone attacks you, you get to attack them out of turn, so you got to be careful who you're playing your cards against.
I'll go first. I feel like because we're sisters and we grew up together, we know how the other person kind of functions and works. So there's difficulties as business partners, but we're sisters, so we know how the other person kind of thinks and kind of how to react to each other. And we also have very different strengths. You're very creative, you're very artistic and talented. I'm more doing the back end stuff, like compliance, risk, and whatnot. So we have a great balance of sisters.
Yeah, and I again, like my sister said, I tend to have a lot of ideas, and they kind of sometimes go a little wild, and my sister doesn't give herself enough credit. She's very good at editing those ideas to be maybe, and what she means by the balance between how she knows me, how to give me feedback of oh, maybe not this one, maybe that one, maybe at a later time. And I think because we know both of us mean well and have good intentions, it's easier to not have any grudges against each other, because it's I know it comes from a good place, and so it works out that way.
A lot of good feelings.
Yes.
Good feeling.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think for us, definitely bringing people together through the power of play. We come from a large family, a lot of cousins, as you know, and we have a lot of age ranges. So we have a cousin who's 7, a cousin who's 10. So it's hard for us to connect with them sometimes because of the generational gap, but games is one way to kind of get closer to them, spend time with them. So it kind of closes that generational gap between us.
Always ideating, and we do have one in the works. We're not exactly sure when it's going to be released because it's very early on. But yeah, we're excited, and we're going to try to bring the characters into our future games because people love them and we love them. And so yeah, we'll definitely have more games in store in the future. Ooh. Well, one, if you are an avid board gamer, I would say this is a good gateway game that you get people to kind of come to game night and be like, you can poop on people's pools. You can set, like parks on fire. It's lighthearted, so you could play that, or even the art is cute. So, well, I would like to think so, but it feels inviting. So I think I would encourage people to try it out, give it a chance, and it's just silly. It takes 15 minutes to do. This is our best-selling game, Not So Neighborly, and essentially you're trying to build your neighborhood while destroying other people's neighborhoods by being a bad neighbor. Your goal is to be the first one to reach 10 points by collecting building cards like these, but you gotta watch out when you have neighbors that might poop on your library. They might set your pool on fire somehow. And there's a lot of other silly cards that you could play in the game. Gameplay on your turn, you just have 2 actions. You could draw a card or play a card from your hand, no particular order. So you could draw twice, play and then draw. Is really up to you because we wanted players to focus on just having fun rather than remembering rules. Basically, the game is 2 to 4 players, ages 7 and up, and takes about 15 to 20 minutes to play.
This is our second game, Spyouts, and the characters have returned as spies, and your mission is to be the first person to complete all 3 codes. And how you complete it is by collecting numbers like 4, 1, 2, and you put it down in order, 4, 1, and then 2. And how you get numbers is either playing from your hand or collecting from the middle. So for example, on your turn you might take this 1 for your code, but if you take a number, you must replace it. Now here's the catch. If this card happens to be in one of the action cards, then anyone at the table has a chance to slap for it. First one to tap it gets to keep that card in their hand. And once again, if you take it, you must replace it with a number. Yeah, but the winner is whoever completes all 3 codes first, like this, and they win the game.
Hi, I'm Alice.
And I'm Jessica.
And we're Fambam Games.